That is what you call a fantastic reception. Welcome to the NSSF Friends with Benefits Show, Episode 2. My name is Gaetano.
And my name is Crystal.
That's right. Now, the Friends with Benefits Show is all about success stories. Success stories when it comes to inspiration. Those stories that basically give inspiration to those people who have been saving with NSSF and those who are yet to begin a pension payment plan.
Now, this show emphasizes financial literacy and helps savers plan for their benefits. On the last episode, we met Nabende Wamoto, who used his age benefits to treat his son who was in an accident.
We also met our second contestant on that evening as well, Fahira Bossa, who received her exempt employment benefit, which she used to basically construct a technical institute which concentrates and majors on agriculture.
Now remember that the winner of the last episode, episode 1, will be announced at the end of this show and will make it to the last 8 contestants. They will also be one step closer to the grand prize of 30 million shillings, or as first runner-up, 15 million shillings, or as second runner-up, 10 million shillings.
So quickly, Crystal, who do you think will be the eventual winner of that one?
Last episode?
Yep.
It's really hard
to
say. It's hard to say. They answered the question so well, so I'm not sure.
All right.
But now, let's introduce our panel of judges. Welcome back to all of you. Stephen Wanje, good to see you.
Good to see you, Crystal.
All right. We also have next to Stephen, Mabel Chigundu. I love singing your name.
Pleasure to be here. No, that doesn't work. Yeah. Paul Busharizi, welcome back.
Thank you.
Very much. And next to Paul, we have Barbara Arimi. Barbara, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fantastic. Now that we've met our 4 judges, time for us to meet our 3rd contestant. This evening, we will be going to Central right here to talk to A1 Mary Naikumi and find out what she did with her benefits. It's over to the screen.
Just praising the Lord.
I'm a mother of 3. I'm a committed teacher at Mbara University of Science and Technology. One time I'm in office and I feel uncomfortable. I would feel tired. My last boy was still breastfeeding. So probably I said, maybe this boy is taking a lot away from me. I made the choice. I said, okay, I'm going to stop breastfeeding this young man. In 2 weeks, my right breast had got too heavy. So I came to Kampala and went on in Zambia. And within a day, I had result reading suspicious of a cancerous tumor in my breast. Welcome to Kauku. My name is Naikumi Mary. I got invalidity benefits, and this is my NSSF story. The state of cancer I had was stage 4 cancer. Under normal circumstances, that would be the last stage.
We were told she has to go to India. The treatment, we were told, is about 40 million.
I said, now where am I going to get this money? That's when I said, okay, let me try NSSF.
Shockingly, within 2 weeks, she got her money.
I got 58 million. The private doctor who gave me the chemo, he asked first for 1M a session. Actually, I negotiated it a little bit down to 900. Then he told me I needed to meet another bill at Nelson Medical Experts, where I would always be admitted the day I get chemo, for the bed, for the room, and a good chemo nurse, specialized, trained. The surgeon who had worked on me said, I'm going to send you to Aga Khan, Nairobi. You do radiotherapy. They gave me 33 sessions. That was about 9 million Uganda shillings. So I was able to afford good care, cut us off my benefits from NSSF. I used part of it to buy a washing machine because after surgery, I could not continue washing with my hands. Before I went to Nairobi, I went to Canaan sites. They were able to show us around, and we picked interest in this particular plot. They asked me for 26 million to cover everything, and they said in a month I would have a title. To me, that was a smart deal. I worked with the official of Canaan Estate Bank and just transferred the money because NSSF had put money there. This is the house, which I built using some of my NSSF benefits. And I basically used some of the benefits to buy the plot and then to build the house. It's basically a basic house for us to stay as a family. We are basically four. When we come, it's normally a day, so we come with our food. We sort of have a picnic. At least we prepare a meal. We water our plants, and we also get used to the environment because very soon this is gonna be home. The kids are quite very eager about coming to Kauku, coming to stay, coming to a place by the lake, coming to a place which we own, a place where we can have these plants, a place where we can say, yes, we are home. We love the place, we love home, and we are so thankful to NSSF that today we have a home. And more so, I am in better health today.
Well, from that round of applause, I would like to get another one as we welcome onto the stage our very first contestant of the evening, third overall, Mary Naikumi. How are you doing, Mary? Pleasure to have you here. Please grab a seat. Wow, Mary, another very touching story, I must admit, that has left me quite emotional, to be honest with you. You survived stage 4 breast cancer?
Oh, yes, that's correct.
Yeah?
Yeah. I had stage 4 cancer and I was not responding to treatment.
Is this the first time you've seen that video?
Yes.
Because I can see it's made you very, very emotional. I want you to negotiate right now with some of our judges here. They're going to ask you a few questions. Over to you, judges. Who'd like to be first? Paul.
Looking back, when you said saving for NSSF, was it a bother having your money deducted? How did you feel about saving?
I started working when I was about 27 years. At that time, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I thought it was just any other deduction. Till a time when I got this diagnosis, I spent all the money that could be called salary. This is when my mind chips and tells me, try NSSF. Within 2 weeks, I had the money. I'm thankful to NSSF.
If you won the 30 million, what would you do with it?
If I won the 30 million, I would complete that home, that place, which we call home for my children. These are 3 young individuals who I think are a victim of circumstances and they need a place called home. Because as time goes by, my energies are reducing. And yet my children are still very young.
Mary, I believe you are a very strong woman, and I think you're a very brave lady as well. Mm-hmm. You actually resumed work after that. You've returned back to employment.
Yeah, actually.
Have they continued also to serve for you?
Oh, yes. Actually, one day I was in Mbara, I just said, let me go and see if my account for NSSF is still open. Oh, what happened to it? Trust me, I found 2 million shillings. And I'm still working to date. And Mbara University of Science and Technology, I am so grateful to them because they are still sending my NSSF benefit. So even if I make it retirement age, I'll still have some money from NSSF.
Perhaps I can also throw in one last one if you don't mind, Mary. Tell us what it means for a family. How important is it for you to put a roof?
Actually, if you look at an average Ugandan, I think part of our salaries go for rent, and somehow you are not able to save.
So if you put your money for savings and make a home, you're making a good choice or a better choice. So you can forge life, but when you are under your own roof, you know.
Now, if you would like to vote for Mary Naikumi, it's very simple indeed. All you have to do is go to your phone and star 254 hash, or you could go online, www.nssfug.org. We're going to go for a very short break. When we come back, there's lots more right here on Friends with
nzijukira ebiseera ebyo abawagizi ekitiibwa nali muzira mu kisaawe ne mbulamu obwa bulijjo nga nsobola okwetuusaako buli kye njagala. Naye olunaku lumu byonna ne biggwaawo. Singa nategekera obukadde bwange nandibadde mu bulamu obweyagaza kati.
Every year, millions of Ugandans retire into poverty. To reduce that number, NSSF has introduced voluntary membership, which allows more Ugandans to save with NSSF and makes contributing easier by letting you pay through mobile money. It is available to individuals who run companies that employ less than 5 employees, as well as those who used to save with the fund and are now gainfully self-employed but are below the age of 60. Sign up today by visiting your nearest NSSF branch.
NSSF. A better life.
Welcome back from the quintessential commercial break. It's NSSF Friends with Benefits. Now, do not forget that at the end of this show, we will be announcing the winner from last week's episode.
That's very right. Quintessential what?
Quintessential. English, darling.
Big words, big words. All right, now let's head down to one of our local branches in Soroti to meet a branch representative who's going to break down to us exactly what an immigration benefit is all about.
Immigration grant is payable to when you're a member in NSSF, but then you decide to leave employment in this country. Either you're an expatriate who has been working here for some years and now you're relocating back to your country, we pay you the immigration grant. Then also we pay immigration grant to our Ugandans that have moved permanently to settle in other countries. Some have gone through marriages, others through what we call like the green cards. So as long as you have another settlement or citizenship in another nation, in another country, and now you've settled there, you're free to come and withdraw. Of course, we always have the documents we require to ascertain that.
Welcome back. I am Crystal, and it's NSSF Friends with Benefits. Remember that the winner from the last episode will be announced at the end of this show. Now let's head to Gulu to meet our fourth contestant, Hiram Annet, to find out what she did with her benefits when she received them.
Welcome to Gulu. My name is Annet Hiram. I received my invalidity benefits, and this is my NSSF story. In 2016, around June, I was falling sick on and off. So I could go to the clinics every time. They tell me I have bacterial infection, I have UTI. They could not tell me exactly what I was suffering from. Till when I went to Lachi Hospital, that's when I was tested. I was told I have HIV. I realized I could no longer go back to work because the sickness has affected also my eyesight. We had already lost hope. Even the children were already at home. Affording a meal a day was already a problem. Sometimes we could even borrow from a neighbor. So I went to NSSF office. I asked what are the conditions for someone to get the benefits. They gave me a form. I filled the form. Then after that week, I received my money. It was 4.9 million, 30,000. When I received the money, I said it's better to do something that I have knowledge on it. So I went and did some small market survey on salon. So I picked 2 million from that 4.9 and I opened salon. This is Annet Beauty Salon. The salon was opened in April 2017 this year. We offer different services. We offer training in hairdressing, in plating, bridal dressing. At the moment, I'm employing 8 girls who are mothers. Some are single mothers. So these girls were abducted by the rebels. They stayed in the bush for a long time. So when they came back, they were looking for jobs. So me, I offered them jobs.
Atika mete ke kwa kalote nang wende da po la cho makonya.
The business has improved. What I have in the salon now is not now worth what I used for opening 2 million. It is around now 6 million. Then 2 million, I had a building before when I was working, but the building was not yet even to the rim beam. So that 2 million I added, I continued with the construction and it has reached a roofing level. Before I received the NSSF money, the building was here. You can even see the difference of this cement. This one looks old, this one is new. The benefit I received from NSSF has changed our life a lot. Now the children are back in school. I see a future in my children now, even a future in me. My hope has been restored back with this benefit. People who think it's not easy to get the NSSF money, it's very simple to get the money. Because I went through, I know what it is now.
And there you have her story. Let's welcome Annet to the show. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Please have a seat. Have a seat. Your story, my dear. Did you have like previous training in the saloon business for you to give you the idea to start it?
I was in for my senior 6 vacation. I went for saloon training. So I had the knowledge and skills in salon.
Okay.
Yeah, training, yeah.
Okay. Well, I have more questions, but now I'm going to hand you over to our judges. Barbara?
Okay. Thank you, Crystal. Annet, where do you see yourself 10 years from now, 5 years from now?
5 years to 10 years from now, I'll see myself to be a wholesaler. Because right now, in the salon, I'm doing 2 things at a go. I'm selling weaves and doing salon. So in 5 years from now, I see myself having 2 separated business. Salon different, then a wholesale for weaves different.
I like that part of you where you picked up other people who nature had beaten down and brought them up. But are you also planning to start saving for them, to encourage them to save with NSSF so that they can also benefit the way you have benefited?
I told them already when the NSSF people went and met them in salon, they were asking me, what are the procedure and what does it require? So I told them, it doesn't need you to work with a big NGOs or other organization. Even you here who are working with me, you can start saving with NSSF. Then if it reaches a time, you can get it back. So that's also a plan that if I go back, I'll sit with them and we also discuss.
Annet, I liked your story as well, like everybody else. It's always important to pick yourself up. Do you have a plan to ensure that your business will not go down? It will continue to grow and grow and grow. And if so, what is that plan?
Always I focus. If I'm picking the money from the business, I make sure that I'm buying or spending on something that I'll gain, the profit will be there. So at the moment, I don't waste the money, like spending much on luxurious things, things that will not bring me more benefits.
Okay. Yes, Paul.
Fantastic story. Particularly interesting for me, or can I say inspiring for me, is that you had a benefit of 4.9 million. We hear of people having 20, 50, blah, blah, blah. But you took what you had, started where you are, and are moving on. But just to complete this story, I wanted to know, how did you start saving with NSSF? And when you did you feel it was a bother to be contributing to NSSF, or what was your attitude towards it?
My salary was 200,000 as a volunteer. So when they told me to go and open my account with NSSF, I was so hesitant and wasn't happy that now the little man again they are going to cut for me. What will I get? And when will I get from NSSF? I may not even get it because I didn't have any knowledge totally. How I will get it, or if they'll add me some profit or what. But I said it's okay. Then later I was promoted. My salary was also added. Even what they were cutting for NSSF also increased. Then later I joined another organization where the salary was a bit big and they were cutting 200 every month. So my saving also with NSSF increased. Yes.
Now, if you would like to see Annet move further in the competition, you need to vote. Now, to vote, just dial *254# and select Friends with Benefits. Or you can go online. Just go to nssfug.org. Make sure you vote. We'll be back after the break.
Tired of moving in search of financial assistance? Look no more. Postbank Uganda has all the answers to your financial problems. No more queues. Sign up on Postbank mobile phone banking and dial *263# to pay for bills like water, electricity, URA, passport fees, airtime, etc. You can also make deposits on your account from your phone directly using mobile money services. We have early start accounts for children, school fees loans, group loans, etc. We provide agriculture loans to help farmers purchase seedlings, input, processing, production and marketing your agricultural produce. We also have mobile vans that serve our customers in the hard-to-reach areas. Call toll-free 0800-217200 or visit any of our branches countrywide. Postbank is regulated by the Bank of Uganda. Postbank, empowering you.
It is NSSF Friends with Benefits, and I am Crystal.
And I am Gaetano. Banange, it is that time. We are going to find out who is the winner from the first episode of Friends with Benefits. I do have the envelope in my hand. The results have been counted and verified by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
Now remember that the name in this envelope, the person in this envelope, will make it to the top 8 in this competition.
Who do you think it's going to be? Fahira or Nabende? Who?
Nabende.
Fahira, Nabende. Yes. Nabende, huh?
Okay. Okay, the moment is now.
Moment of truth. The winner, or rather the winner of the first episode to go into the next round is... Okay. We say it together, eh? Nabende Wamoto! Congratulations to Mabende. We shall see you in the next round.
And now back to today's show. Now, we met Mary, who used her invalidity benefits to construct a house and pay for her breast cancer treatment. And we also spoke to Annet, who used her benefits to treat her HIV and start a profitable saloon business. Now, remember that the contestant from today's show who receives the most votes will make it to the top 8 and will be announced at the end of next week's show. The votes will be verified and audited by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
So make sure you vote. I would like to give a big thank to people who have made our hair.
Afros and More for hair and makeup.
Right now, we would like to thank, of course, our judges. We'd like to thank you, the audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. You've been fantastic. And we would like to thank the viewers as well for tuning in this evening and last week evening. We want you to be back next week. The voting lines are now open. See you next week right here on Friends with
Benefits. Bye-bye.